Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yuzrael and welcome to a somewhat delayed episode of Clingin On. Yes, those of you who've been watching my other videos will remember that Gre'thor, along with, it has to be said, several other maps, had developed a few slight pathing problems. By which I mean they were totally broken, utterly unplayable, and it's some credit to Cryptic that they did at least get it fixed in the space of a week. Which goes some way, I suppose, to making up for the fact that it got through their internal testing in the first place. Oh well, we all have bad days. Anyway, the invasion of Gre'thor is back on. We apologise for any technical difficulties and the inconvenience they may have caused. Your regularly scheduled stabbing, chopping and slicing is, of course, now recommencing. We don't get nearly enough big battles on the ground. It's nice to see that the engine can handle that many entities, although I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing that the game engine apparently doesn't include the exclusion principle. On the other hand, technically all those Klingons were ghosts, the Dishonored dead, so perhaps Paulie can give them a pass, who knows. Right, okay, I think we've run out of enemies. Send us some more. Come on, where are the hordes of the damned? And what is she doing? Well, I'm sure it's a highly complex giant switch that has to be thrown, but it's not going to get thrown if you just stand there and mime at it. Ugh. No wonder she was condemned to the barge for all eternity. Such people are not worthy of the Black Fleet. Right. I suspect we should have had a few more Feclery at this point, but who cares? Let's see if there's anything worth hoovering up. Mark 8 white shields. Meh. Well, I suppose someone can use it as a temporary upgrade. Right. Open the gates. And, oh wow, somebody was seriously compensating for something when they built this. I mean, how'd they even build that? Did they just get the Hordlings to go piggyback and climb up on each other until they got the last stones into place? Actually, no, they probably just got the Tortured Souls to do it, didn't they? Oh, stop spitting! Didn't your mother ever tell you it was rude? Right. There you go. I condemn you for bad manners. I sentence you to death. Well, non-existence. I mean, technically you're already dead, but who cares? Details. Oh wow, that was some grenade. Okay, hello darling. Miss me? Clearly. Either that or it was a really bad divorce. I don't think she reminds me of any of my ex-girlfriends, but it can be hard to tell at times. Alright, in the spine. Done. Okay, are you dead yet? No, you aren't. Fine. Your groin! Yes. Why are you still moving? There we go. Better. Right. Get the last bit of trash here. Don't stand in the green stuff. And, oh yes, of course, the temporal lockboxes. Ugh. I may very well do a video that's basically a rant on these later on. Let's just say that I am not a fan. The Spectre of Dishonor. Cryptic didn't really do voice acting when they did this mission, which is a shame, because these guys get some pretty decent lines. Now then, what have we got? Giant Klingon ghost, really big axe, and oh god, everything's on fire. Ow, wow, wow, it burns. Yeah. If we get out of here, remind me to mention to the lawn singers that that didn't happen. Got it? Rather like failed military actions. They don't happen. Right. One down. Maybe. Where did he go? Of course, he's Dishonor, isn't he? Oh, something just slapped Kogor. And apparently the emblem of the Klingon Empire is now a pink square, which would explain so much. Ah, there you are. Get back here, you dishonourable dishonour. Come here. Eat Batleth. There we go. In truth, I really don't want to compare this to WoW, particularly not with Pandaria just out. But I will say this for, oh wow, fire. Fire is bad, fire is bad. Right, okay, where were we? Oh yes, boss design. I mean, this guy is okay. He's basically a Klingon captain with a really neat skin. It would have been nice to see Dishonor acting, well, dishonourably. So, circling around and shooting you in the back, sicking wave after wave of minions on you, actually living down to his name. Instead, he actually went into a straight fight, which doesn't really fit. Again, we have the spectre of cowardice. And again, really great lines, but Cryptic didn't have voice acting at the time. Shame, really. I'll give that to Old Republic. The voice acting really added to it in places. And this guy is basically Dishonor again, so, okay, he's cowardice. Could we have had him change his AI behaviour? So instead of getting into melee, he's constantly running away. He's constantly trying to open the range and use a ranged weapon, and you're chasing him down. He's, well, a coward, embodying cowardice. I mean, that's his shtick, surely. And not just getting into a prolonged... Well, what is he doing, actually? He appears to be just standing there, and... I don't even... Yeah. I will say this for Blizzard. Their boss designs are usually pretty solid, even with minor league dungeon stuff, and that strikes me as being a good comparison here. A world boss or a quest end boss. There have been several in Pandaria. I've only played the first zone or so that have had very unique mechanics, or at least mechanics that you don't encounter in too many other places. This guy is just really a generic mob with a cool skin. It's not bad, but it could have been so much more, so much better, so much more interesting. Doesn't hurt, of course, that this is supposed to be a fairly epic scrap. This is the moment in your captain's career that will be sung of by generations to come, assuming, of course, it isn't just a lava heat stroke inspired hallucination, in which case I have to wonder what the hell am I chopping into tiny little pieces. Guys, if you have to clone Kalis again after this, I'm sorry, it was completely unintentional, and I'm citing the "it was all a hallucination caused by aliens" defense, which seems to pop up every other week in episodes of Star Trek. Crew member behaving badly? It's alien possession. Alright, the Spectre of Treachery. Okay, so again, great lines, no voice acting, what a shame. If they ever remaster this episode, it would be so good to see that chap properly done. And will you get out of that fire? That's the kind of thing cowardice ought to have done. Anyway, now, Treachery. Again, just a standard Klingon captain with the fancy ghost skin. Treachery. Okay, well, let's say he attacks your bridge officers and flips their allegiance, so they suddenly turn on you. They commit treachery. Why not? And, okay, he's been working out. I make that a 22-foot high jump from a standing start. Disqualified on account of being dead, however. I'm fairly certain there are rules in the Olympics that you have to be living and human in order to compete. However, is he dead yet? Or at least banished? Well, you know what I mean, right? He's still in the fire. I have no idea what that is. Looks like a channel of some kind. Doesn't matter. Break out the shotgun, finish him off the newfangled way. There's no sport to it. You don't get to see the light go out of his eyes. And of course he was carrying Romulan food. Riansu, of course treachery would be allied with them. Ugh. Right, so we have defeated treachery, cowardice and dishonour. Now let us continue on. More epic gates. Apparently there's some building regulation that says all doors have to open slowly and ominously. And apparently this place wasn't built to spec according to the fire code either. Because let's face it, no self-respecting builder would allow their place to get flooded with, well, fire. Of course, this is Gre'thor, so nobody here has any self-respect. So I really don't know why I'm complaining. Right. Let's see. Grenade. Nope, wrong button. Let's try that again. Bang. Good. Right. Let's just plough through this, guys. No time for anything fancy. I will not dishonour a bat'leth with their blood. The ex-girlfriend, however, yeah, she counts, and yeah, her, well, I'm not sure if it was cologne or perfume, but oh wow, it was strong. Yeah, best not to discuss that. Okay, the slave master goes down, chop chop smack, and will you get back? Oh, never mind. Good shooting, whoever got him. Pop, and there he goes. New sport for the Clingin Empire, ladies and gentlemen. Forget clay pigeons, we'll go with ghost shooting instead. Right, Molor, brother to Kalis, reviled as one of the foulest Klingons ever to draw breath. Right, let's see if we can actually get a decent... Yeah, his cologne's pretty bad as well. Right, and what is he doing? Because that isn't the standard Klingon attack set. Oh wow. Okay, he's actually got a different power set. So he's pulled, that looks like a Mechleth. Something else I'd like to see is more melee variety for the Klingons. It's ironic, I suppose, that Starfleet has more choice in melee than we do. I mean, what Klingon warrior goes into battle without a blade? What do we have? Bat'leths, and I'll grant you those are iconic, but it would be nice to have Duktargs and Mechleths available as well. Alright, now where are we? Oh wow, that's quite the hallucination we've had. How did we wind up here? More to the point, how much property damage did we cause along the way? Not that it matters, there's only one way ahead, so technically I suppose we're backtracking. No, I don't imagine it does look like the way back to the shrine. I don't see an elevator, a horde of demonic things. I do, however, see something that appears to be Kalis. Right, well, it's either the real thing or it isn't. Let's find out. Okay, it's the real thing. And we're best buddies with him now. Makes a change, I suppose. Does having the Emperor on your side cancel out the fact that the Chancellor's spent most of our career thus far trying to get us killed? Hey, it was just a bat'leth tournament, there's no need to be sour about it. Anyway, let's see. Wait a second, are we back on Boreth? Because if that's the case, then this has been parked underneath the monastery for quite some time. Who cares? Let's just kill things. Chop, chop, stabby, stab. If in doubt, kill the first thing that isn't Klingon. It's excellent career advice. Excellent life advice in general. Yes, right. Okay, more things to kill. Oh, great, it's going to be an accelerating wave. Only 3 waves, though, so... I suppose it's got the advantage that this isn't going to drag out. And it's basically the Emperor has gone for double pistols this time. Well, I'll give him marks of style, but really, double pistols? Everyone knows that's not a particularly effective weapon. If you're going to get close, you go with a pulse wave. If you want range, you go with an assault minigun. Or failing that, a blast assault, depending on if you're fighting Borg or not. Remember folks, Borg adapt per attack, so breaking out the minigun's a bad idea. And, oh, more fire! Yay for fire! Come back here! Kindly die, thank you. Alright, Fekla! Yes, the impudence of this! Your ankles and your knees will be chopped off, and then we'll work upwards. Yes. Apparently he's got his cigarette lighter in his foot. I have no idea why. It must make trying to get a light really, really convenient. On the other hand, this guy doesn't look like he smokes, so who cares? Keep chopping away at those hamstrings. He will fall eventually. Okay, now that's interesting because different model. And yes, I'm aware the cloth physics in this game needs work. Always has done. However, if you look at his actual animations and his attack set, that's quite close to the 3 Spectres. Which raises a whole other set of questions. Is this just a reskinned mob yet again? Oh well, down a couple of red shirts. Fine, they... Did he just do a Davidian feed attack? I have no idea. I don't care, he can die anyway. Not a bad representation. Get out of the fire. Out of the fire quickly. That is better. Quick hypo. Yes. What was that next gen episode that featured Fekla and that rather impudent con woman? Can't remember the name of him. Die, die, die. There we go. Nope, there we don't go. There we go. Fall over. Right. Yes. A very large Klingon ghost captain, ladies and gentlemen. Or at least the ability pools of one. And a 0G loincloth. Ooh, we have a shiny bat'leth made the old way. And, the plot thickens. The Herka! Yes, for those of you who aren't familiar with them, that's the race that sacked Kronos 1,000 years ago. And basically set the whole Empire on its path to conquer known space, so that nobody could do it to them again. Hey, wait a second, was that whole thing a dream sequence? I don't even... Okay, that makes no sense at all. Who cares? It was a good fight. Now, we're supposed to go and see the Chancellor. Might as well do this in person. After all, there's not really any way you can get a bat'leth down a comm line. Right. Okay, so we are officially a hero of the Empire. Right. And we get a shiny sword. We have other options, but frankly, let's face it, we're gonna go with the shiny sword. Right, let's see. What did we get? What does it look like? Is it any good? Yes, Kor, Kang, and Koloth. Just don't mention Kirk around those 3 and you might leave with your limbs attached. Alright, Starfleet. Look upon this blade, mark it well. For the next time you see it, it will be descending upon your skulls. Until that time, however, farewell.